The Washington Redskins have franchise tagged Kirk Cousins for the second year in a row. And to my knowledge, that's the only time that's ever happened with a quarterback. Back-to-back franchise tags. Sean, we've talked about this before. I don't think we agree here. What do you make of this whole situation? Do you think who was right, who was wrong, who was smart, who was dumb?
So
in Kirk Cousins versus Washington Redskins,
there's a lot of different things that you can that I can say about this situation. There's
I want to hear it.
Shut the fuck up and I'll say it. All right.
What you got? What you got for me?
Honestly, it's a little puzzling because I felt like the Redskins said, you know what, we're going to tag you. We're going to see, we're make sure you're not a one-time wonder. And then he did really good this past year. Obviously, they could have done better, but anyways, Cousins still played really good. He put up good numbers. And then they franchise tag him again. So what kind of message is this sending your team, right? Like, okay, are you not confident about the quarterback? Is this not going to be our quarterback? Is this not our leader? It's a little, a little bit. But,
they don't know shit.
But they don't know. Redskins are just a shitty-ass organization. The Redskins are just a shitty-ass organization. But anyways, now, it's a little shocking to me because I think the Redskins are trying to limit their risk. Because when you franchise tag, there's no risk. It's only a one-year deal. And pretty much there's nothing after that, right? So I am kind of questioning Kirk Cousins for during the Pro Bowl. If anybody watched the Pro Bowl, nobody really watched it. He did come out and say, right at the Pro Bowl, the reporters are interviewing him on NFL Network, I think, or whatever, ESPN. And he was like, yeah, if I get franchise tagged again, I'll sign it. I thought you're trying to work out a long-term contract. Why aren't you, keeping that, in your back pocket? You don't want to say that. That's oh, okay, well, shit, might as well do that. And, you put all the chips in their stack, right? They have all the cards, as you could say. So it's a little suspect to me because as a player, you don't want to be franchise tagged just because of the fact that if you get hurt or something happens, you don't have any guaranteed money. So it's smart on the Redskins side because it limits their risk. I think it's kind of dumb on the Cousins side. It's risky on the Cousins side. I wouldn't say dumb. I'd say risky because you don't have anything guaranteed, and that's the biggest part of these contracts, the guaranteed. But hey, if it works out, he could even give him bigger contract next year. So you never know.
I absolutely disagree. I think it's not risky for Cousins. Well, it's risky for Cousins, but I think it's more risky for the Washington Redskins. And because here, look. So Kirk Cousins, when he wanted to get his extension initially, right? This is what he wanted. He wanted what? He wanted $20 million a year. That's what he wanted. Yep. That was the contract he wanted. Redskins said no. And they gave him I think they were going to give him $15-16 million a year, and Kirk Cousins said no, so they franchise tagged him. They said, okay, you had a pretty good season. It wasn't a full start to a season. Let's see what you can do. Maybe it was a fluke. So he plays the year, and they're like, okay, you proved yourself. He earned his long-term deal. He earned it, and they were like, okay, yeah, you proved yourself. Mm-hmm. Now let's see if you can do it again with this next franchise tag. Now, I think this is very brave and ballsy for Kirk Cousins because now he wanted a contract that guaranteed him $60 million at $20 million a year. Now, when he said, I'll sign another franchise tag, now he definitely wants a long-term deal. That's what everybody wants. He wants a long-term deal, but he's taking a bet on himself by saying, if they want to franchise tag me, fuck it, I'll take a franchise tag now, because now with this franchise tag, last year's franchise tag, he's now sitting at $44 million guaranteed. Yep. So now he's and next year, if they franchise tag him again, or that would the next tag will be 30-something mil. So now you're looking at $74 million in guaranteed money when he originally asked for 60 guaranteed. So what the fuck are the Redskins thinking? Now, if Kirk Cousins gets hurt, right, so that could mean the Redskins, because I think that's what the Redskins are hoping. I think the Redskins are going, either he fucks it up or he gets hurt. Give us a reason to get rid of you because we don't really like you. They're that guy who, hey, I want to date you, I want to kiss you, but I don't really want to commit to you. I don't really see this going anywhere, and I'm kind of looking around other people, and you're okay. But I don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to commit to Kirk Cousins, and this is ballsy for Kirk Cousins because he's like, I'm gonna take a bet on myself. They're gonna franchise tag me. I'll show them again that I can do this. Because guess what, Redskins, unless they're the dumbest people in the face of the earth and they're looking like that, they're not gonna franchise tag him a third time, right? They can't and that'll be the last time they can do that. No, he's gonna get a long-term deal next year. And by somebody
or someone else,
and it's looking like it's going to be someone else. So
you know what? It kind of is. What's kind of hitting me is the Redskins maybe feel like he's not flashy enough. Because remember who their owner is. Dan Snyder. He wants something flashy, right?
They don't know what they want. They drafted Robert Griffin. They drafted Kirk Cousins in that same fucking draft.
That's very true.
Dan Snyder, the guy who was like within hours of what's his name being what's his fucking the cornerback last year that they signed from Carolina. Josh Norman. He was a free agent for like hours, and they were like, make him the highest paid corner in the fucking history of the NFL. Now, right now. That's what they did. Yep. But with Kirk Cousins, a guy who has shown this last year was his only his first or his second full start as a quarterback.
Second.
So it was a second, and he was like, "Look, I've earned the job. I put up good numbers. Yep. I'm a guy that could be a franchise quarterback." And the Redskins are going, no, we want an Aaron Rodgers. Like they have high standards, I guess. I don't
know. Kirk Cousins has been great though. He's been great.
I think Kirk Cousins
some more weapons.
I have a huge respect for Kirk Cousins. I think he's like taking a bet on himself and saying, "Fuck it, I'll play another franchise tag year. It's risky, but I'm gonna bet on myself. I'm gonna do good, and I'm gonna get even a bigger contract than I ever would have dreamed of before." Next year to go on top of that $44 million that I have guaranteed right now.
Every year that salary cap goes up, and every year
he
the max
is going
contract
to get
more.
Fucking paid. He's probably going to get over $100 million next year.
Oh, definitely. Why wouldn't he?
That's going to be crazy.
Oh, so dude, it's ridiculous.
He played the system, and I think he's winning. As long as he doesn't get hurt, and he doesn't play terrible, and he doesn't play terrible all of a sudden.
That's the risk.
This dude's going to get paid. So
I think he'll be fine.
So Redskins fans, what the hell, man? Write your owner. Protest. You want something to protest? People are protesting everywhere. Protest the Redskins. Sign Kirk Cousins to a deal. If you lose Kirk Cousins, this is your best franchise quarterback going to Theismann in the 80s. Your best quarterback since the 80s. Sign him. Fuck. Because you're going to go back to having nothing like the Browns and like you guys had for like 2 decades. God.
Hey, did you like this video?
Then be sure to hit this link right over here, which will take you to the rest of this very episode of the Weekly Fury.
And also, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and click that link at the top of your screen to subscribe to our channel.
Yes, because why wouldn't you subscribe to us?
Why?
We're the shit.
If you haven't done so already, you're stupid.
And I'm going to get pissed off if you don't. Hit the subscribe button. Do it, or I'm going to beat the hell out of Sean.
What?